A gymnast that in terms of confidence and doing that over and over again, it helps then coming out to compete.
In my book, golden again. Wow, can she tumble? Just spectacular from start to finish.
You know, coming out here for the first time on a big podium like this since the Olympics as an Olympic gold medalist, there's a different type of feeling.
Wow. I mean, at the Olympics, her mount, she did one extra twist, which she could have easily done here. That first pass, full twisting double layout was dynamic. Tanya Service-Chaplin, the head coach at Oregon State.
And you heard Brian, her dad say as she left the floor, absolutely awesome.
From start to finish, really, since she has stepped foot into this arena earlier this week, the training, the energy, her enthusiasm, her positivity's always been here, but look at that. As if she is at the Olympics.
And then this is her third pass. It's a double twisting, double somersault. Gymnasts, the best in the world, struggle with this in their first pass. She's post-Olympics, and it looks like that. Magic.
Tim, now some people can't even do that pass. Not just struggle in the first pass.
And I have to say, she's definitely gotten better. She's more expressive with her body. Her hands are vastly improved. She needs more work. There's no question about it, but it's coming.
It is, and it's just something that some of the athletes just really are not really born with that, you know? She's so powerful, so strong. But as you mentioned, she knows she needs to work a little bit harder on that. But she was really proud of herself for, you know, this new routine. And
yeah, I like it.
She's made a lot of effort, obviously, into the artistry. And it's definitely paid off here.
The confidence you carry as an Olympic gold medalist has to go a long way, too.
Especially on your event.
Yes.
Yeah, it changes you. There's no question it changes you.
Individual apparatus titles on the line this week, not just the all-around, too. And remember, it's night one plus night two. Add the totals together.
But, you know, it adds a lot more pressure as well.
Sure.
You know, she walks onto that floor. The green flag goes up, and she knows I better perform just like I did when I won that gold medal.
So is it like that in training as well when you step out there and you know that other gymnasts are watching you?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, of course. And, you know, a lot of these gymnasts, pretty much everybody, obviously, except for her teammate Jordan from at the Olympics, they were at home watching her on TV become an Olympic champion. It's pretty inspiring.
So over 14, that is the highest number on floor that we have seen so far tonight. Terrific from Jade Carey. Shilese Jones now on the floor.
Been having a phenomenal evening, and this can be just as tremendous. Wow, what a proud day for this young woman. 4 for 4 tonight. That's going to put up a good score.
Can only go out there and do what you do, and she has tonight, all 4 of the rotation. Shilese Jones waiting on the number for Shilese Jones after the floor exercise. So her evening is done. Remember, she shared the lead along with Connor McLean going into the 4th rotation. So Connor McLean getting set on uneven bars to round out the evening.
And Shilese did certainly possibly even put a little bit of pressure on Connor here, but she is very, very good on this event and can rise to the challenge. Has a new skill in the routine. A little bit over on that one handstand. And this is tricky right here. Excellent. Oh boy. A little bit too close to the bar, which is a deduction, and was supposed to connect it right into that back flip. It's called a pack salto, so her starting score will go down.
And not the routine that obviously she was hoping for, but the fight that she had. Misconnections, was completely off, barely caught that last release. And
yeah.
Not an excuse, but a reminder that just last month had a huge fall on this event, had a concussion, took almost over a week off of training completely, was in the gym every day. But that right here, once again, shows mental strength to be able to come out here on the competition floor again. It's scary coming back from a fall like that, and that's where she was supposed to connect. And you saw her arms very bent right there. It was because she was too close to the bar. Didn't connect those two.
But like you said, a great fight, and that one, that could have been really bad right there. I'm surprised she got her body square enough to hold onto that bar. Not the most difficult dismount she can do at this point, just not quite all the way back. She showed really important things today, though.
She didn't. Just a few weeks ago, they weren't really even sure if she was going to be able to compete.
Right.
A concussion, coming back, and then was sick, out of the gym again. But she should be proud of herself, and know her father is also proud of her.
Meanwhile, the number for Shilese Jones, 14.1 on floor. And higher than Jade Carey's floor score. Remember, we talked about that number for Jade Carey. How about that, guys?
Yeah, big number right there. And absolutely, I think that's the highest score of the competition thus far on that event.
It is.
And you know, for this is not going to be about her score. You see that right there. So 5, 6, 7.7. But that's pretty expected because she did have those errors. But again, sometimes it's not necessarily about that end score. For her, it was really about getting back out here on this event specifically. She has many new skills, new combinations, and to do that, especially going last, your first event, your last event, it's always most nerve-wracking.
So into second place, and of course you've got number 2. That's Suni Lee, I believe it is, the Olympic all-around gold medalist who we expect to see back in elite competition next year. Watching the championships here in Tampa.
Yeah, has also gone on to college and has had an amazing first year there. And it's just so great to see another Olympic teammate, Jordan, all of them just truly having so much fun and the love and that passion and joy for the sport again.
So Jordan Chiles getting set for her final rotation. It will be on floor exercise in third place after 3 rotations, right behind Shilese Jones and now Connor McLean, who's in second. And they've got all 4 rotations done for the night. And Jordan with a shoulder injury she's coming back from too, still dealing with torn labrum and micro tears in the bicep. She's had a lot of treatment on it to avoid surgery.
At all costs, she said.
Overcome with emotion right there. You know, coming back onto this elite stage, it's a lot more challenging than you would think because the routines in college are probably half the level of difficulty, half the passes, and she was able to come out here and do all 4 events. She wasn't even sure she was going to be competing in the all-around when she got here to Tampa.
They are the college athletes and Olympic teammates.
And perhaps national team members together again.
Yeah, I can't imagine that either of them will not be named to the national team. And the way it looks right now, they both look like they're going to be on the world team as well.
Here's that opening tumbling pass. So as we mentioned, the equipment feels so different on a podium, and perhaps this is what happened right here. So full twisting double back, and see her feet just almost bounce right out in front of her, or excuse me, behind her.
But great recovery. That was a new pass for her. I don't think she's ever competed that. And then she just comes back with an exclamation mark. Beautiful double laid out somersault, and watch that landing, gorgeous.
Obviously trying to make that Olympic team for Paris, but also trying to get to a first world championship too. Star at the Olympics, but trying to go to the Worlds this time around.
Honestly, I have no words, but we're back. We're back.
Last gymnastics championships last year in Fort Worth. She competed as a junior. So 13.75 for Jordan Childs and into 3rd place. Silas Jones, Connor McLean, Jordan Childs, the top 3. So now it is Charlotte Booth to close things out here, night number 1.
Coach says she's got beautiful lines, beautiful flexibility, very quick twitch, so she can do the power events as well as uneven bars. Well, all right. I'll tell you what, that double back, that at the end, she was exhausted, and she needed to be a fighter to keep that on her feet. She did.
Saw her at the Winter Cup and then recently at the U.S. Classic in Salt Lake City, the 15-year-old from Florida, Charlotte Booth. But going to take you back a short while ago. Kayla DiCello in the mix for a top 3 spot here in 4th place going into this final rotation, rounding it out on balance beam.
And I was surprised to see her still do that mount because it had a very high value in the last quadrennium. They've lowered it quite a bit. It's really not that much of a bonus to do it, but this is still very valuable, and she does it great. A triple wolf turn. Used to be able to do more than one of those. Now you're limited to only one.
Which I think was a good rule change.
It was.
If you ask me.
But I'll tell you, I've seen some of the best gymnasts in the world, you know, that really struggle to do that skill. It's not easy at all.
Ending on the balance beam, I don't think is anybody's favorite.
Oh,
But that was gorgeous, showing, no signs of nerves here.
she said it felt so good to go to the World Championships and have that success, win the bronze medal in the all-around. She said it really proved that hard work does pay off, and it sure does. Very nice routine.
So the number 13.8, Kayla DiCello, and able to jump up a spot to share third with Jordan Childs. But it is Charlize Jones had an outstanding opening night, the leader after night one. We'll hear from her when we continue from Tampa. So the opening night is complete for the women here at the UFOS U.S. Gymnastics Championships. Charlize Jones with the lead, Connor McLean, but not a big gap, 1 through 5, 1.55 points down to Jade Carey, rounding out the top 5. But the leader, Charlize Jones, is standing by with Zora.